Okay.
Mute you people, but keep talking.
Hi. Hello.
It's only you
Okay.
two that we need to worry about hearing. They can hear me no matter what.
Blah. Oh my god, my hair wants to be like in my
Oh,
mouth.
I clicked the wrong one. How do I?
Oh
Oh my
god.
god.
We're doing great. Uh,
I'll just do it. Hold on.
Shannon, will you talk?
It's not me. I'm not the one that needs to be checked. It's you and Shelby are the ones who need to be checked. So one of you two needs to talk.
Yes, I know. I was just
Yes.
making sure all three of us could be heard.
Okay.
I heard us. We're good. We're fine.
Okay. No, like the way it's set up, they can always hear me. It's you two because it's the Discord audio.
But there
for
was
you
that
two.
one time that your audio wasn't there, was right?
No, it
Or
was
I
you
don't know.
two.
No, it was us.
Yeah, it was you two. Yeah, because
The
I had
one
it.
day we brought our friggin' A
I
game.
know.
I know. It's fine.
Okay. Intro. Let's do that.
Hi. Welcome to the Triad, where we're spooky but sensitive. Emphasis on the sensitive. I'm
Yes.
Shelby.
Oh, I'm Hannah.
I'm Shannon.
Sorry, I was busy crying.
Oh my god.
Hannah's had a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah had a really bad
And we're
day.
moving on.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're not
that's
gonna
all
get
we're
into
gonna
that.
say about that.
I've had a headache like right here for like 2 days now. I don't know if it's the weather or just that I'm looking at a computer a lot.
Didn't it
been
like
that
snow
much.
there the other day?
That was like a week and a half ago, and now it's almost in the
Time
70s.
isn't real.
So
Yeah, it's been really warm. It was in the 70s here today.
it's way too warm for November. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfy.
It's
I
it's
don't
unsettling.
like it.
I
But yes, it did snow
still
here the
have
other day.
I still have random coughing fits every once in a while, and it's been a month, so yeah, that could stop anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been my hip stopped hurting. My legs are still being weird, so I still can't walk long distances. I need to call my doctor back and figure out what our next step is for that. And then I had, I guess, a staggered double ear infection.
Oh my god.
It was one ear, and then it stopped because I took antibiotics, and then the day that this one stopped, it started up in the other one. So then I had to take
Nice.
more antibiotics, but now it's all gone. So
Yeah, ear infections suck.
yeah, I've never had one before. I didn't realize they hurt like at all.
Yeah,
I just thought it was
So bad.
I've never had them
Shannon,
before.
that's like 99% of the time why babies are crying.
Okay, I
Yeah.
don't know. I've
It's be-
literally never had one. I don't know how they work.
They're the worst.
Like, I even confirmed with my mother, who, to be fair, also has no memory, but I feel like between the two of us, one of us would have remembered. But, like, even as an infant, my mom doesn't think I ever had an ear infection. So it was a completely new
I-
experience.
Pretty much lived on amoxicillin as a baby.
Well, Allie
So-
had to get tubes in her ears. She got
Yeah.
them all. If one of us gets sick with something, the other one just never gets it ever, is basically how we work. Except for the
Yeah.
pneumonia. We had that at the same time. But, you know,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? But yeah, I'm tired, as always, and my head hurts. And Maisie also was sick, but she's okay now. So, yay,
She
Maisie.
ate a bad leaf,
I think that's what she did. I don't
which
know.
makes it sound like she did pot, but she just
didn't.
literally ate a leaf.
She literally she did eat a weed, so you're not far off.
Is that a weed?
She just,
Oh my goodness.
the world is her salad bar, and she just grazes on plants as we walk by, and I can't always get her away in time, so. She started doing
Yeah.
that last year. I don't know why. She just did.
Who knows?
Not me.
She doesn't even know.
No, she does not. Yeah, but she got really skinny because she was sick and she didn't eat like real food
Oh.
for like 3 days, and she got really skinny again.
She have a little cone head again.
No, it's not as bad as when we went up to see Hannah. That was really bad. No, just her collar is like a lot looser than it was before she got sick.
Nice.
Poor baby. No, after that was really bad. When she was boarded, she did not like that experience.
Aw.
She lost so much weight. Yeah, she had a cone head. She lost like all the fat in her face.
Yeah.
She was so sad. Poor baby. She just
Peppa
back
does
there
not have
sleeping.
that problem.
Just
Peppa's
No.
right here. I got her this little scratchy bed thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she sleeps in it now.
That's good.
Yuki's under my
She
bed.
still has cat acne. Did I tell you guys she has cat acne?
I don't think so.
Peppa has
I
cat
don't
acne
remember.
all over her chin.
That doesn't sound
And I
fun for
don't know what to
either
do
of
about
you.
it.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing
Well-
that cats could get.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know why she has it or why it won't go away. I think it started because the water here is really bad. Like, we were under a boil order for a couple of days,
Yeah.
and we didn't actually know at first, so she
Yeah.
probably drank some bad water.
Mm.
But I don't know, it's not going away.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know how to help with that situation.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do to
Yeah.
fix it.
They're like, don't touch it, it should go away on its own, but like it's not, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, if it doesn't seem to be like hurting her or anything.
No,
Yeah.
it's not like oozing or anything, it's just there.
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks a little, once in a while, like when it first started, it was a little bit bloody, like she had been scratching it. But it
Yeah.
doesn't look like that anymore. It just looks like, she has a bunch of blackheads on her chin, and it feels really
Yeah.
bumpy. That's what cat acne is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how long it would take to like go away or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I've been cleaning it once in a while. You're not supposed to do it a lot, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
cats are self-cleaning insurance. And so I've wiped it with like just like a baby wipe or like a cloth or something, but
Yeah.
not now.
Poor baby.
Hopefully it goes away soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, she's a rotten biatch.
Still
Yeah.
part raccoon, so, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, we've decided my parents' cat Pippin, because we basically like took him off the street. My dad found him in a pile of plywood. But we're pretty sure he was raised by raccoons before we got him, because he just like all four paws in the dog's water dish will stand in there taking a bath. And he likes to like scoop his food and like shovel it into his mouth.
That's how Al's cat drinks water. He'll dip his paw in and then lick it off.
Yeah, I've seen them do
Yeah.
it with water, but he does it with his food. And then, yeah, like
Does
I've
he
caught
wash his food like a little raccoon?
No, but when because the litter box, we have one like in my parents' bathroom and then one in my bathroom. And anytime he uses the litter box, there's also a water dish in my bathroom. He will immediately go to the water dish and start cleaning his paws in it.
Ew.
And yeah, it's real gross. Or he'll go downstairs to the dog's water bowl and take like a full bath in their water bowl. Like
Yeah, that's a raccoon.
we have to close the toilet seats because otherwise he would go straight from the litter box and just like fully bathe himself in the toilet.
It's so weird.
That is a raccoon.
Yeah.
He's so strange.
Maybe it's like a form of camouflage where this one breed
Yeah.
of raccoon can disguise itself as a cat.
Yeah.
Right. Although our
Is he an
cats do not
is
look
he-
the same.
Do you think he's an American short hair? He's actually a raccoon.
Right. Yeah. But yeah,
man.
he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
A very, very strange cat. Yeah.
Daisy's just
I don't-
dumb.
It's been a while,
Plants
so
on the
I
side of the
don't.
road.
Yeah, it's been like a month, so I don't even know what updates there are in everyone's lives or
It's
not.
literally been a month. I checked. We
Wow.
we
Yeah.
streamed a month ago today on
Wow.
October 2nd.
Nice.
Well,
'Cause
Yeah.
Here we
happy
are.
belated Halloween. Happy belated
Yeah.
Indigenous Peoples Day. Happy belated All Souls Day. I think Diwali was in there somewhere.
Dia
It
de los
was.
Muertos was yesterday.
Dia de los Muertos.
Also, election week is next week. Go vote.
Yeah, do that.
We just got these
Ugh. I'm gonna go Friday
things
and
in the
do
mail
it.
today that were like our voting report cards, which made me so mad
You're
because
what? What are those?
I've gotten them before. They're called voting report cards, and it basically just shows you your neighbors and you and how you voted. Like if your neighbors voted in the primaries and the
I don't like that.
general election. I don't like it either.
That
But
That
it
seems
had,
like an
first of all,
invasion of my privacy. But
Thomas
okay.
and I
Yeah.
both got one, and they had our full names on it.
No.
So like middle name and everything. And then
I wonder if this
it
was...
said it went all the way back to 2014. And it was like you voted in this one, this one, and this one, and mine didn't have them for a lot of them because I didn't live
oh, yeah,
here.
you weren't here. Yeah.
And they're
you weren't
really
there.
pissy about that. They're like, you failed to vote, and it was like, no, I
You
just
did. You
didn't
were in
live
Missouri.
here.
You voted in Missouri.
Right?
Is that like from the state or like who sends that?
Was that from the state? That voting thing?
No, it's from a nonprofit organization.
Oh, it's from a nonprofit.
Oh.
Because
Still don't like
if you
it.
voted, it's public information.
Yeah, it's public
Oh.
record. He can't hear me, but yeah, it's public record. But
Anyway,
I wonder if you can contact them and tell them like to stop because that's really
Leave me
creepy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I had an issue, so I've been trying to like update my voter registration online for like months, and it just wouldn't work. Because you had to put in your previous address and then your new address, and every time I would do it, it would just tell me that something was wrong and it wouldn't let me do it. Well, I figured out for some reason the state has me registered to vote at my mother's house.
Huh.
I haven't been registered to vote there in literally 10 years. Like, Obama's last election was the last time I voted in that county.
Oh, my mom still gets registration mail from Georgia and Texas.
But
and
it's not,
she
like-
has literally, but like they literally send her stuff to our house in Illinois, and she has called them and been like, I don't live there. And they're like, well, it's like they'll send her a like out of town ballot or whatever.
And you wonder why there's voter fraud.
There isn't actually, like,
I know.
percentage-wise
No,
any
not
voter
even.
fraud. Well, my confusion is I have been registered to vote in Illinois at 2 different addresses since then. So, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, so is my mom.
Like, they sent
But she
me,
still
like...
gets
Like, I
stuff
get the
from
other state
different states.
stuff. I understand that more than Illinois just registering me at a completely different address than I have previously been registered at. Like, that doesn't... I don't understand. I'm very confused.
But like, she's literally called them multiple times and been
Yeah.
like, I do not live in this state. And they're still like, okay.
That's weird. Are they sending... In most places, you have to request a mail-in ballot.
I don't know.
That's really weird. Especially
but
Georgia.
speaking-
They're having a lot... They got a lot going on right now with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But speaking of voter fraud, have you guys seen the last week tonight episode on voter fraud? And it's just showing these officials who are, they're like, yeah, voter fraud is so terrible, blah, blah, blah. And then it just shows video of them in their state house or whatever cheating and voting for other
Yeah.
people and like dead people. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm registered at the wrong address, but in Illinois, I don't even know why they bother registering us, because you can just walk into a polling place
Yeah.
with an ID and a piece
That's
of
what I
mail with
do.
your address on it. Well, I'm going to go Friday because there's an early polling place like right by my work. So I'm just going to go Friday. Because
I always
technically-
forget my like registration card, and they're always like, you don't need it.
Well, I'm
Okay.
registered at the complete wrong county on the other end of the state, so it wouldn't do me any good. Because they sent a voter card to my mom's house, and I'm like, but I'm not registered. Like, I don't understand why they did that.
Because Illinois is trash.
What was I going to say? Usually they're pretty good about election stuff, though, because for the past couple, for the last presidential and the midterms before that, I voted by mail, and I had, like, no problems. And they send you a tracking link and, like, all this shit. It's awesome. I was going to say something else with it. I don't remember. Oh, that's what it was. technically in Illinois, Election Day is a state holiday, but we are not closed. So
that's
All
illegal.
the schools in our area are closed that day.
yeah, because it's a state holiday. We are not
Yeah.
closed though. But I don't know who to ask about that. Just to be like, hey, why are we here on election day? Because we're not supposed to be. Like, I don't really know what happened with
Yeah.
that.
That's not a thing anymore, but okay.
No, it's not. And like, we're a university, a private university, but a university nonetheless. Like, I don't understand. That's why
Yeah.
I'm voting on Friday, because then I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's whatever. There's a voting place in Union Station, so I'm just gonna go there and just do it then. Because then I don't have to worry about it on Tuesday, because I don't want to worry about it on Tuesday, because that's just gonna be a hot mess and a half.
Yep.
Plus, I don't know where I'm supposed to go because I'm not registered here, but that's okay. Okay. Do we want to go ahead and go to the topic? Okay.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay, we are on the presenting slide.
Cool.
So, we can now see the home, or the first slide, is it Pythagoras? Pythagoras? I don't actually know how to say
Pythagoras.
Pythagoras.
that. Okay. There you go.
Yep. That's who
Okay.
we're talking about today.
Yay!
Yeah. I mean, kind of about him, kind of about his cult, but like I said, this isn't going to be very serious. It's not very long. Literally all my
Wait,
information.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does this have anything to do with the Knights of Pythias? Or is that
No.
something else?
That's something else.
Because their
Yeah, that's something
building
else.
is like down the street from me.
Yeah, that's something else. This whole thing basically died out before Jesus.
Okay.
So
I just googled it. The Knights of Pythias were formed in 1864. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't mean like, not that he made it. Just like, do they? Do
Yeah.
they're like Freemasons who weren't allowed to be Freemasons. Like they weren't. They failed being Freemasons.
It was inspired by a play by the Irish poet John Bannum about the legend of Damon and Pythias.
Yeah, but they're also like failed Freemasons. Like if you read more about what they do.
No, I'm telling you where he got the inspiration from.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. But the story of Damon and Pythias is a legend in Greek historic writings illustrating the Pythagorean ideal of friendship. So it is still kind of connected. A tiny bit. Yeah, a little bit.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, their cult building house, whatever's down the street from us.
Nice.
Actually.
Yay, Wikipedia. Anyway.
But yeah, literally all my information came from one website, and I did zero fact checking on any of this because I honestly just liked the one article and it was funny. And I kind of like the idea that it might not be true. So, also all of this, I mean, he was alive from 570 BC to 495 BC. So like there's a million ways that this could not be true.
Yeah.
So, anyway, slide 2.
Okay.
So this is a picture of Pythagoras. He was a Greek philosopher, like I said, from 570 BC to 495 BC. He was not a philosopher that entire time. That was just his lifespan. He is most famously known for his mathematical theorems, most particularly the a squared plus b squared equals c squared that everyone loves and hates. I actually like math, so like that's a thing, but most people think that they're never going to use this ever again in their life.
This was like
and that
the
is not
highest
true
level
at
of
all.
math I could understand,
true
so
for me.
I'm cool with it.
I do adding and subtracting. That's the only kind of math I ever do.
I can do some division.
For me
See,
personally, anyway.
people just pretend that they don't do math every day, but problem solving is math. So anyway,
So is music. If you play an instrument, you're doing math.
yes, there are lots of things that tie back to mathematical theorems. You're just not using numbers specifically. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. I mean, there will be a little bit of math involved because his cult is about math. However, we will not be talking about like math or theorems specifically in any way. Basically, we're just going to talk about this weird dude.
That works.
Anyway, slide 3.
Okay, 1 second.
Sorry.
There you go. I keep losing my mouse.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. I just have 2 different screens, and then it's doing that thing again where it's making a copy of it when I leave to go back to my laptop screen. So I have 2.
Oh.
I have 2 pointers,
Yeah.
and I don't know which one's.
The correct one.
And I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yes. So Pythagoras essentially started a cult, like I have said. At the very least, it was a religious sect that worshipped numbers instead of some godlike entity. However, I would call it a cult. Most people call it a cult because the adherents to this faith worshipped him as a demigod, and referred to him as the divine Pythagoras and things like that. They basically believed him to possess supernatural powers that allowed him to write words on the face of the moon, and that his
Because
voice...
he was good at math?
Yeah, that's a cult.
Yeah, they thought that his voice could tame and control wild animals, blah, blah, blah.
Because he was good at math?
Look, I don't know where this cult came from, how he convinced these people.
To be fair, at their time, how many people were good at math? Like,
True. I think it was more that, like, he was a philosophical leader.
yeah, he did other stuff too.
And it became a thing.
Yeah.
And he
I know,
was
but
just
I like to
like,
think it was just because he
right.
was like, guys,
Just because he was like,
1 and 1.
put
2.
them together, and now you have 2. But yeah, so some accounts claim he was the son of Apollo, others say he was the son of Hermes, blah blah blah. Which is also kind of funny to me because his cult like didn't necessarily believe in like the Greek gods. So
Yeah, you would
to
kind
claim
of
that
have
he
to.
was the child of them
Yeah.
is it doesn't really
Yeah.
doesn't compute. The math is not mathing, but here we are. But yeah, so this part made me laugh. But as a sign of his divinity, they claimed, like the followers of this cult claimed that Pythagoras had a golden thigh whose shimmering sight turned doubters into believers.
I'm sorry.
And I was like, there's
A
a
thigh?
really
A thigh.
easy way to prove or dispute that.
Like a part of his leg.
Yes, like his upper leg was
Which
golden
one?
and shimmering.
Which
It
one?
doesn't
Which
say.
leg? Damn it!
I know.
I want to know which
Also-
leg.
And I was like, was he
wait,
just
wait.
really jaundiced in that leg, or like what?
Gaze upon my festering wound. No, but like, wait. Is thigh like something else in this time, or is it literally just his leg?
That's a good question.
I really don't know.
Like, is it like he just has like a thing called a thigh that's golden, or is it just like his leg is golden?
It was spelled like the leg. That's all I got.
Okay.
So confused.
Like I said, I did zero fact checking on any of this because I thought it was funnier to not.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
And then when his toga flies up in the wind and you only see
just
one leg, he'll be like,
blinds
it was the other one. It was the other one. It's the other one.
Was it like just? I have so many questions
Yes,
that
I
you
know.
don't have an answer to.
Hold on, I'm Googling this. I need to know.
Well, because, okay, I also don't know anatomy. Is, like, the back of your thigh, is that technically, like, does that have a different word? You know how, like, your shin and your calf are, they're very different.
They're
but,
different.
like, does the back of your thigh, like, is it his entire upper leg, like, all the way around, or is it just, like, the front? Like,
In my mind, it was just like the front of his.
because that's what I
upper
think
leg.
of when I think of a thigh is the front, not the back.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
But you call it like your inner thigh and your outer thigh, so yeah, I don't know.
I still think of that as being more on the front,
Right, like
though,
the front of your
not
leg,
the
like
back.
the back of your leg.
If you say, like, if you get a... if
It's
you
just
hurt
got like
the
a
back of
giant
your leg-
birthmark that
Okay,
with
wait,
a yellowy tinge to it.
Yeah.
It is difficult to interpret the word as anything other than a literal thigh.
I'm glad other people are also confused by this.
But we will see there is more to Greek mythical association with the thigh in the next section. Oh, I have to read this whole thing.
Oh, so there's like a reason, because like my other thing was that's a really weird body part to say that is made of gold
Also,
on you.
What part of his thigh? Is it like right above the knee,
That's
or is
what
it like
I'm saying.
way
Like
up
I said,
there?
is it the whole thing up until like his pelvis? Like where does
That's
it
a
stop?
big chunk.
I know. That's a
Is there
lot of
picture of
surface
this?
area.
I would love to see a picture of this.
And why were people just like lifting up his toga?
Yeah. Also, is it just gold colored or is it literally like metal?
It said it was golden and shimmering.
Okay, so it's probably
So-
like gold, essentially like gold plated. I would assume would be our closest approximation. Like if you knock on it, is it gonna make noise? This is so funny.
Ding.
Or does it just sparkle like the vampires in Twilight?
Yeah, or yeah,
He's
like
just got a sparkly birthmark.
does he just paint it every morning and say that
Right.
it's made of gold? Like this is so great. I love this so much. Oh man. Oh, that's
Heck
so
if I
funny.
know.
Okay, wait. Pythagoras also had a, quote, golden thigh, according to many ancient writers who soberly reported this curious characteristic as if the man's leg literally were made of the
Okay.
metal. This led someone to Pythagoras was either the god Apollo or the son of Apollo.
Okay,
Okay, so because
that makes sense.
he just had a chunk of leg that was golden. This is the only part I
He
adhered
just
to
have
for
a
my
fake
dad.
leg and was like, I want you to make it out of gold, make it as realistic as possible.
Did he
with
just
gold."
wear a garter?
Or was it like
Right.
a cast, you know? Or like armor? And they just
Right,
like didn't check to see if it
so
was
dumb.
actually attached to his leg.
He was just like, oh, just gonna give you a little peek.
Oh my
Real
god.
Like,
Greek myths are
I
so
wanna
fun.
see-
I love it.
I want to know.
I'm just,
I don't know.
I am...
Pythagoras
golden thigh.
supposedly showed off his golden thigh at the Olympics.
Ooh.
That sounds inappropriate. Like the way it was phrased.
In my mind, I just imagine him carrying around like a turkey drumstick, a turkey thigh.
Behold,
It's golden.
my golden thigh.
My golden thigh.
Oh my goodness. Like, I'm just very, okay. My
Or
brain
like that
stopped.
scene from
Wait.
Emperor's New Groove where she like pulls up her dress and it's a knife. or
Yes.
whatever.
Wait
They all,
a
like,
minute.
it's him pulling up his-
Everyone pause.
Okay.
There's also blah 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 blah. In many writings, thigh is a euphemism for the male organ.
See, that's what I was wondering, because most of the time in stories like this, it's his dick and not his leg. So I was really confused why it was his leg.
It's gotta be his dick, because he wouldn't just wouldn't just whip that
But
out.
he
every day,
shows
you know?
it off at the Olympics because why wouldn't you?
Didn't they do the Olympics in the nude for a really long time?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have been out of the ordinary, to be perfectly honest.
This
Right.
is I don't know. This is from some
Oh, this is great.
really sketchy website, but it says
Either one is weird, but, like...
they call it the hollow of his thigh, which is just means like your pee pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so it's either his leg or his dick. One of the two.
I'm gonna go with the latter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, it
Either
makes
way,
more sense
it
than
does.
it being his thigh.
It's like you said, which one is it? Is it always that way?
And like, I have so many fewer questions than if it was his leg.
Yeah,
like,
right.
it's easier to understand.
Right. Let's not
That was funny.
beat this around the bush with flowery language. Gonna make Shannon do a spit take.
I'm trying really hard not to choke on my water. Okay, we just took like a 10-minute detour about that. That was so fucking
I
funny,
mean-
though.
Shelly was like, I didn't look into it, and then we were like, we're gonna look into it
But we
for
need
you.
to look into it.
Well, no, sometimes I like to not look into things because I know you like to.
Yeah. It's more
Give
fun
us
when it's a
something
group
to
project.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Right. But yeah, supposedly it was
Oh,
his
man.
golden thigh that
Thigh.
turned
Oh, come
doubters
on.
into
Thigh.
believers of his.
Okay, but like
They were like, clearly what he says about numbers
he's not a god.
must
Oh
be
my god, I
true.
saw his dick.
So my first thought was, you said he would like convince people. In what method is he employing to do this? Is he just being naked, or
You're
is
just
like
I'm
employing
not
it? Like
sure
what is happening?
that you truly believe that numbers rule the universe. So here, let me just give you a little peek into my divinity.
Yeah.
Into your divinity. Do you mean your pants? Sorry, Toga.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love this so much. Okay.
Anyway, Pythagoras himself claimed that the gods had blessed him with the ability to return to
Oh,
life
man, that's so
after
fucking
death
funny.
via a divine rebirth.
So now he's a Time Lord. On top of having
Basically. Yeah.
Whew.
You know. But basically he preached that the world was based on numbers and taught his followers that reality and the entire universe were controlled by mathematical hierarchies.
I don't
To him and-
necessarily disagree with that.
No,
Like on some level, he's right. Like,
yeah, because I mean, a lot of science is
yeah,
math. So like, in
he's not
in
wrong.
in some ways,
But
yeah.
I feel like the golden dick is not
Right, that
right.
kind of ruins
Yeah,
your.
that part,
either.
no, I don't.
That
yeah.
ruins your validity.
You were like,
a little bit.
we should not worship, but we should appreciate science and math, and then it's like, but also look at my pee-pee.
Yes. So to him and his
This
Yes.
this goes back to the classic saying, beans out, weens out.
Oh my god, it's gonna get better though.
Oh God, what else could
I
happen?
hope cats are involved.
No, it's gonna get better to that specific phrase.
Cats are coming, everybody.
Okay, please continue. I'm very confused, but
Just the beans out, weens out. You will understand
okay.
in about 3
Can we
slides.
put that in a sticker? It's our only merch.
Please.
It could
Okay,
be- okay, I'm
anyway.
drawing it right now. Keep talking.
I will not get that one as a tattoo.
Wait until you see it. It's gonna be really cute.
She won't get beans out, weens out, but she'll get I'm on meth.
No, not that one. It's the
She's getting the
No,
left
it's the one of the
one.
people
him
in
and
the
the
car.
pine tree in the car. That's the one. I have it saved
Yeah.
in my phone still.
Mr. Snake and Mrs. Pine Tree,
Yeah.
whatever
Driving
their
in their
last name was.
car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smithers or something.
It was Spicer, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway.
Okay. So to
sorry.
Pythagoras-
Oh
my
Shelby, it is all. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's always your episodes that Hannah has drawings for.
I know. Because I don't do any research, so we just say the weirdest nonsense.
Okay, continue.
My
Sorry.
mac and cheese is here. No, talk about something.
Yay! Okay.
Repeat that phrase to your mom.
Thank you. Okay.
Ugh.
No. For the 5th try, maybe I'll finish this
I'm
sentence.
sorry.
It's fine. Okay, so to Pythagoras and his followers, math was considered holy and numbers were sacred and divine and held godlike properties. So in the way that like Greek and Roman mythology had like Athena represents wisdom and blah blah blah,
Mhm.
they had the same thing but with numbers. So 7
Okay.
was associated with wisdom, 8 with justice,
Okay.
10 was considered the most holy number. To the point that Pythagoreans, that's the name of the like followers or whatever, worshipped the number 10 with a prayer that began, "Bless us, divine number, who created gods and men."
Okay.
And
And
then
yet here we are using the imperial system.
right. You know, it's fine.
So,
Mm-mm.
you know what? Ignore me. I can figure this one out myself.
Okay. So the most sacred symbol of their faith was the tetractys, which is what I have a picture of there.
Oh.
It's basically a triangle with 10 wow, I spelled that completely wrong. But with 10 points across 4 rows. It's basically the little peg game at Cracker Barrel.
Yes, it is. It is the peg game at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And
Can you
that
imagine
is
them
their
walking
secret
into
symbol.
Cracker Barrel? Our most holy symbol. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm an ignoramus?
So my
Yes.
question that I figured out myself was, is this related to numerology? And it is. So,
It is, yeah.
Again, thank you, Wikipedia. Can you please stop sending me angry emails now telling me to donate to you again?
Oh my god, that last email was so mean.
It's so aggressive!
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, I regularly try to donate to them, but yeah, that last one was real aggressive.
It was very aggressive. I thought that something had, like, happened, and then I had pissed somebody off, and I was like, what did I do? But then I was like, oh, it's just Wikipedia.
I know, because I'm already so stressed out at work, and then I saw that and I almost burst into tears. I was like, why are you doing this to me,
I know.
Wikipedia? I did not ask.
Ugh.
Right? Like, I am one of your staunch supporters.
Yeah.
Right, I have given you money.
Look at my cute little fork.
I can't really see it. Oh, that is cute.
It's Peter Rabbit.
Cute.
I've had it literally since I was a baby.
Oh, man. I need to do the dishes. That's okay. I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay,
Sorry.
next slide.
Okay. Oh, that was my other thing of news. I have a dishwasher now, and I fucking love it. It's amazing.
It does. It takes up her entire counter.
It does. But I got a stove, like
Which, to be fair, her counter is about
I mean,
a foot.
yeah, it's
Okay.
not even normal counter width. It's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to buy a cart, like, for my microwave, so I've got 2 shelves under there that I can use, and then I have stuff on top of my microwave. And then I also bought one of those stovetop burner cover things, and that's my counter now.
yeah.
Because otherwise
Yeah.
I don't have a counter, because my kitchen is tiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a dishwasher. The first time I used it, I didn't connect the hose correctly, and it leaked everywhere. But it hasn't since then, so... It's fine.
I mean,
Because it's one that
my
you hook
regular
up.
dishwasher leaks everywhere randomly
Yeah.
just because it feels like it, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
It hasn't since then. I just have another appliance that I have to hook onto the sink. But it's fine. It's amazing, and I love it. And it was worth what I paid for it, so... Which is rare,
You know?
I think.
Yeah.
It was actually worth what I paid.
As long as it's worth it.
It is. Well, just, it physically hurts my back to do dishes.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm not good at, like, keeping up with them. Partially because I've had a dishwasher for a very long time at this point. But just with my back, like, I cannot stand there bending over a sink even a little bit for too long, or else my back starts hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it physically hurts me. But it's okay, I have a dishwasher now, I don't need to worry about it. It's little, but...
Yeah, but it makes you keep on top of it more.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it holds, like... It's got, like, I could put, like, plates and bowls and, like, cutlery and stuff in it. I could probably put a pan in there if I really, really wanted to, but I'll just hand wash those, and I don't really use those that often, comparatively, so... Oh, yeah.
I can't remember if I had you go to the next slide or not. There should be a picture of a dude.
Yes, I'm on a picture of a dude. Yes.
Okay,
You did have to go to the next slide, so we're good.
cool. So their little math religion was based around the belief that numbers explain life. And central to that belief was that the entire universe could be explained through rational numbers that can be expressed as fractions. That's as mathy as we're really gonna get.
Okay.
All you have to know is that it was based around rational numbers, which is basically just real numbers.
Okay.
Which, yeah.
Can you give me an example, please? Because I can't remember the different, like, can you give me examples of, like, rational versus an irrational number? Just because I can't
really
remember.
can't. Okay. I just know that irrational numbers exist.
Okay, then we will just move on
that
from
was like
there.
Freshman algebra.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Like algebra 2. That was too long ago for me to pull out of my brain. I understood it at the time because I like math, but
I feel like I did at the time, but it's been a very long time.
That is math that you will never use in your life because what the heck?
The last time I did algebra was in 2014. So
Yeah.
Hannah, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's your head. Okay.
I'm drawing.
Okay.
But yeah, so their religion was based around rational numbers explaining the universe, basically.
Okay.
But then along came Hippasus, which was Pythagoras' most famous acolyte. And I'm probably saying his name wrong. I don't really care.
It's Greek.
He, in all his genius with his little cult, decided that it would be smart to demonstrate the existence of irrational numbers.
Okay.
But he decided to do this while on a boat that had only him and Pythagoras and a handful of other super devout Pythagoreans on it. And the entire existence of irrational numbers completely challenges and upends the worldview that Pythagoras and his followers had. So he basically was like, their entire religion is based on the fact of rational numbers. And he was like, wait, but these irrational numbers exist. And they were all like, no.
Well, fuck.
They were like, we don't like that idea. That proves that we are wrong. So, and we are currently on a boat in the middle of water where you can't get away from us. So we're gonna take you over to the side of the boat and hold your head underwater until you die.
Okay.
Yep.
They drowned the guy for saying that numbers exist.
Yep.
I mean, it's more complicated than that, obviously, but at the core of it, that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, because he just, like, completely destroyed their worldview.
Buddy, that is blurry as all hell. We cannot see that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it says beans out, weens out.
Take a picture and send it in the...
ketchup.
If you take a picture, I can put it up on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, take a picture and send it to us. But yeah, so they drowned him and then tossed his body overboard, and then everybody on the boat was warned to never speak of the incident again, but obviously someone must have, because...
Yeah, otherwise we wouldn't know
telling you about it.
So I just... Apparently, the most famous irrational number is pi. Apparently.
Oh. Because I know that, like, imaginary numbers exist as well.
I don't understand math. And
I did once upon a time. I think it's numbers that can't, like, because they said rational numbers that can be expressed as fractions. I think it's like fractions that like go on forever and ever. So like 1/3, because it's just like 0.33333 forever. I think that might be.
I think so.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have humanities degrees. I don't know how to do math.
I liked math and I was good at it, but that doesn't mean I remember.
I was really good at trig. I was weirdly good at trig. I don't know why. And I was like,
too.
Best. Trig is
I couldn't do algebra or calculus, but I was really good at trig.
I was so good at trig. And I was like, I got B's in algebra and geometry, which for me at the time was bad, which is hysterical now. But at the time, that was bad for me.
And it was like soul crushing, and now you're like, I got a D in that class, so I technically passed.
Yay!
Right.
No, I just, like, I always said I didn't like math. It was just because I had to work at it, and I didn't want to. Because I've always been that person that if I don't get it immediately, I don't like it, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right, or like everything else came naturally, and so it was so easy, and then that was so hard, and you were like, I'm not doing that.
That was me with science. Like, I always understood math really easily, like the first try, but for some reason, like, biology makes zero sense to me.
Oh, see, biology was easy because it was just reading. You just had to read.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just doesn't work with my brain.
Weird.
I couldn't do chemistry because it was math.
I was decent
that was the only science I liked.
And physics. Like, I was okay at those.
I never took physics.
I think
I knew my limits.
I think the only C I got in high school was college chem, though. Either college chem,
yes,
probably college physics. Probably college physics. I don't remember.
It brought my GPA down in college forever, and I was like,
I
know!
College
chem? And they're like, no, you can't pick and choose. And I was like, well, then I wouldn't have taken this in high
school. I know! That's okay. I just remember anytime I think about it, like, the only time I got a C in grade school was algebra. And my dad lived in Florida at the time and tried to ground me from Florida for getting a C on the midterm. It wasn't even like the final grade. And he called me screaming at me on our house phone. And I was just like, why are you yelling at me? My mom was just like, how close are you to getting a B? And I was like 2 points away. And she's like, okay, so just get a B. You're not grounded.
Right.
Like, you're fine. It doesn't matter. Like,
Your father has no power here.
yeah, literally. He's in a different time zone. You're fine.
And how is he gonna know whether your mom held you to his grounding or not?
Just like, what?
Just be like, yeah, no, I totally wasn't on my computer this week. That was before cell phones.
If my mother tried to ground me at my dad's, he would throw the hissiest of hissy fits you could possibly think of.
Right.
Because that's how he is as a human. We need to move on, or else I'm just going to complain about him the whole time.
Yeah.
But I had a point. My point was, why... You probably don't know the answer. Why couldn't they see rational and irrational numbers as coexisting? Why were they cancelable? Like,
because
why did
this
they
was
cancel each
before
other out?
Jesus. This was before Jesus, and math didn't exist.
That's
the
fair.
best I got.
Okay, I mean, that's a good enough answer to
make
me.
math?
Did Jesus make math?
You just implied that Jesus made math.
You did kind of, a little bit.
I did.
There was
You
no
did.
math before Jesus.
Okay, it was BC,
Yes.
so that's all I got.
It was very early in our whole
That's what I mean
figuring
by
out math
before
thing.
Jesus. It's
Yes.
not before Jesus. It was BC, and in the olden days, it was the very early days
Which,
of math.
mean, to be fair,
And we didn't understand numbers.
Was it-
Not that.
Bed sheets.
who
Yeah.
invented calculus in like the 1700s? We don't know how fucking math works
Right.
for a
yeah.
very long time. You know? Was it Isaac Newton?
Okay, the three of us still don't know how
I
math
mean,
works.
that's true.
Shelby might. Shelby has an inkling.
Shelby was the reason I passed 8th grade algebra. So.
I understand it. I just haven't taken it for
You
a
haven't
very
done it
long
in so
time.
long. Yeah.
So,
I paid Aaron Province donuts to do my calculus homework.
Yep.
I love that.
It was Isaac
I,
Newton. Okay.
I drew a giraffe on my AP calculus test. So,
Yeah.
And how'd that go for you?
I mean, I got a 2.
I didn't
So I
take
didn't
the test.
completely fail it.
I didn't bother taking the AP test because why would I do that?
because at my high school, they just pay. If you were in the AP class, they just paid for
Oh.
everyone to take it.
Yeah, Freeburg didn't do that.
I went to a rich high school. So
Yeah.
for 2 years,
but-
not for the whole time.
Yeah. The teacher that we had, he didn't like collect your homework. He would just look at your notebook, and if he saw numbers there, he would give you points. So I just
Nice.
never did the homework. Hannah had the same teacher. She knows.
He was going through a divorce at the time. It was a very easy year for us.
Yeah, because he cheated on his wife with the biology teacher.
Nice.
So
This
Good.
class I was failing concurrently.
I also didn't take that. I took the chemistry and physics
That one was
route.
hard.
I didn't go the
But-
bio route.
We were the first class that got to have Chromebooks.
I know, and you guys got to use them in other classes, which was bullshit.
I know.
We
were
couldn't
like,
even have
I
our
a
phones
Chromebook.
out.
I'm in AP biology.
I know. But anyway, toward the end of the year, I don't know how, but I pissed him off somehow, and then he started grading my shit. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? I've been here all year. Why are you grading my shit now?
So, like I said, Aaron Province did my homework. His homework always got checked. Mine never did. And he'd
Yeah.
be like, Aaron, you did this wrong. And I was like,
Like, he would just pick. I think it was because, because we got done with something early, so I was like, can I go down to the band room and do something? And he said no. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went and sat down. And then after that, he started checking my homework. I'm like, what are you doing? Luckily, it was literally May, so it wasn't enough to completely kill my grade. But yeah, I do not know any calculus. I know none whatsoever. I never knew any calculus.
do you know what do you know what I remember most from that class? Was doing those crossword puzzles. Or not crossword puzzles, word searches.
Yeah, he gave us word searches.
He gave
to
us
do.
word searches all the time in calculus,
In
and
calculus.
that was how I bumped my grade up to a B.
Because they were
was I
extra
did word
credit.
searches.
They were extra credit.
It was so stupid. I was like, shouldn't we be doing math? And he's like, no. Do
No,
this
no,
80s
no.
hairband
Yeah.
word search.
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
I couldn't find Boston, and it was killing me.
I know. Yeah. I mostly
Anyway.
just remember him talking
No, my
about his
calculus
wife.
class was like legit,
Like an
and very
actual
difficult.
class?
And the only reason I passed calculus, because calculus was the one math I
I
never
never
understood.
calculus.
I did get an A in it, but
I was so
only
freaking good at
because
trig, and then we went to calculus, and I was
my
like, what happened?
my
Okay, because our trig
C8.
teacher was awesome. He was
I know,
such
he
a
was
good teacher.
awesome.
He made
Well,
me
we
like
did
math
trig
for the
in
first time
Mr.
in my
Schultz's
life.
class.
We did?
Yeah,
I don't remember doing that.
yeah, we did, because we learned like sine, cosine, and
Oh, yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
of that,
And the
like the
other one.
basics of trig.
Okay. No wonder I barely passed. I didn't barely pass, I got a B. No wonder I was getting a C. I don't even remember. To be fair, I did not attend school in 8th grade, so, like, I don't remember any of it.
I spent a lot of time in the office voluntarily in 8th grade, because that was the year our like English teacher, her
She
son
had
got
a
in that
weird
motorcycle
year.
accident.
She had a
And-
bad year.
Yeah, so she was like gone, and
Yeah.
we like they never gave us like a long-term sub or a new
Mhm.
teacher. They just like every day we had a new teacher,
Yeah.
and then every once in a while our real teacher would show up, and she'd be like, "Here's this assignment," but then we like never had any updates on
Yeah.
whether we had to turn it in or anything.
Yeah.
And so like English classes that year, I was just like, I'm gonna go hang out with the secretaries,
I just
and I did.
didn't go to school. I'd just be like, Mom, I don't want to go. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
that was
I was
me
in-
my senior year of
I
high
think
school.
I was in a depressive episode in 8th grade. I'm thinking that's what explains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a picture of the dude who died. I already forgot his name. Hippasus. Yeah,
there
that.
we go.
Anyway, next slide. Here's where we get to
Okay.
the beans out.
There's literally a screen slide of beans.
Because, fun fact, Pythagoras had a phobia of beans.
Why?
The food. Specifically fava beans.
What are
Um,
those?
That's
I-
very specific.
But this stems from his belief that humans lost a part of their soul every time they farted. And
Oh.
beans make you fart. So, basically,
Okay. Well, let's be real. I would
there's...
be soulless.
right?
You're ginger. You're already soulless.
It
That's
goes
a
further than
hurtful
that. though.
stereotype.
Like, the thing with beans goes further than that. Part of it is that, like, you lose a part of your soul every time you fart. But also, he believed that beans held the souls of the dead.
That's very specific.
Why?
No.
Okay, continue, please.
He came to this belief after performing a scientific experiment to prove that humans and beans were spawned from the same source. This experiment was essentially him burying beans in mud and leaving them for a few weeks. And then when he dug them back up, he noticed that the beans had a resemblance to a human fetus. And so, obviously, beans and humans must
Is it
be
because
connected.
it's shaped like a little bean?
Yeah. I mean, elephant fetuses look a lot like human fetuses too. You know?
Yeah,
Most
but where was he
fetuses
getting an
look the
They
elephant
same
look
at
the
some
same.
point.
I mean, he wouldn't have had access to those. I'm just saying his logic is flawed. Obviously.
Again. BC.
So
Before common
this-
sense.
Yes. So this
Exactly.
man went
Yes.
around flashing people, saying that he had a golden, probably penis, but also maybe just his leg, but probably not.
Maybe just an upper thigh.
Maybe
Maybe a
just
weird
his
birthmark.
thigh. Either way, it's that general region of his body, right? And he had this belief. Was he actually just a middle schooler? Like,
When you fart, your soul leaves your body.
such a middle school
Exactly.
thing to think. Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
I
they're
heard third
Not
graders say
necessarily-
today.
like that specific, but like the idea of like your soul leaving your body or being captured by things is very common
oh yeah.
throughout history. Like
That's
why
not the
people
part I have a
wouldn't
problem
get
with.
their like people wouldn't
I
take
heard third
photographs
graders
because
say
their
this
soul
is
was
only
captured.
tangentially related.
Okay.
That so and so can't go to my party because I cut off his head. Like it's just all very third grader sounding.
Yeah. I mean
Yes.
that's why like they cover people. I mean, still they cover up mirrors when people die because they don't want the person's soul to get trapped in a mirror. Like that's not the part I have a problem with.
Yeah.
It's the method that I'm having difficulty accepting.
Yeah.
Look at my
Yeah.
dick.
Oh
Did
my
you just
God.
fart?
That's just, oh boy.
Uh-huh. But yeah, so because to him beings were obviously connected to humans,
Obviously.
Obviously.
obviously, the idea of eating beans was the same as eating human flesh, i.e. cannibalism,
Yeah.
in his mind. So,
Well, I
Okay.
have
to
a
his cult, he instilled this belief. So, he described it to his followers as eating fava beans and gnawing on the heads of one's parents are one and the same.
Was it only fava beans? Like, would he eat, like, lima beans?
No.
Okay.
It
was
all
there
beans,
such a
but
thing?
specifically fava beans. I don't know if,
Interesting.
like, historically
I mean, yeah, I don't know what they
there
would
was
have
only
had.
that kind
I
in
don't
the
know.
area
Was
where
that
they
a
were,
Colombian
or what.
exchange bean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I don't know what about the bean economy of 540 BC.
In
Shelby,
Greece,
please call it by its
specifically?
proper name, bean economy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about the bean trades of ancient Greece,
I
but
don't either. That's not a thing I ever focused on, weirdly enough.
yeah.
You did in college. Bean
What?
economy 101.
Maybe if I had taken ancient Greece, I would know the answer to this question, but I never did. Who knows? We covered weird things in our history classes at Missouri State. This
Thomas
may
has
have
a
been
degree
one
in
of them.
history. Should I ask him?
He might know. I don't know.
Did you have to study bean? Oh, he's got his headphones in. Hey, love.
I can hear you.
Did you have to study beans in your history classes?
For study beans.
No, he did not study beans.
We did crop rotation in my 19th century Euro class.
Yeah, but crop rotation.
I
that's
already
not-
knew it all because I'm from Freeburg.
I'm from the Midwest where
Yeah.
we grow crops.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Field's not empty, it's fallow.
Yeah. On
Yep.
purpose.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's fucking hysterical.
But yeah,
I
so if
can't
you
with this
if you
man.
eat a bean, you are eating your dead parents,
I
apparently.
will say that is a very
That's
culty.
a jump. That's a leap.
It's a very culty thing. Like only people in a cult would accept that.
Yeah.
As you know what I mean? Like that's a very cult
Like-
leader idea to come up with.
Like some of it can be explained away by like how far back in history and
Yeah,
like science
yeah.
and math and like all of that. But also to
But
just be
also-
like,
Anti-bean. Taking a very anti-bean
Yeah.
stance.
yeah. Yeah. So,
It's just fascinating.
yeah, which like the whole entire cult was vegetarian. Because Pythagoras
lots
didn't
of
believe in
cults and
eating meat,
religions are.
but
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, also like I feel like beans are a main source of protein
That was
for a
my
lot
other
of
question.
vegetarians.
Was like,
so
where are they getting their protein from?
I don't know about
Are
that.
they like
Although they weren't
Those
like
kind of a-
aware of proteins, so like that wasn't a concern.
Right, yeah,
to me.
like their diet is not. They were just like, I'm not gonna eat meat
Yeah.
because animals
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
What were you gonna say, Huna?
Oh, who knows? But I am typing in what type of beans existed. Lentil, chickpea, fava bean, vetch, which is also a split pea.
Mm.
Okay. Interesting.
I
Oh,
wonder
look,
because
Greek
fava
beans
beans
and
are the
legumes.
ones that look most like a fetus
Interesting.
as opposed
Let's
to
look
like
up
the
a
other
fava bean.
types.
Also, what?
I mean I googled fava bean for the slide, so
Yeah.
if you're looking at that.
It
Although
just
there's
looks like
very
a
clearly
bean.
4 different beans there.
Hey, here's your picture that you had on the thing.
I'm also wondering.
Yeah, it was like the 3rd one on Google.
I mean, I'm guessing they did some kind of anatomical study, but what stage of development of fetus was he seeing?
When they're
Ever.
like this big,
Yeah, like,
because that's when they look like a bean.
yeah.
Where
Like,
are
see
you?
my-
How do I text you on this?
On what? There are so many things that could be for.
This thing we're on Discord.
Discord.
What do you mean text? I don't.
I want to like send you a picture.
Message.
You
How
can
to
just
see.
you can just put it in the
But
text
she-
channel.
She
Where
doesn't know
is
how to
it?
get back to the text channel.
There's like this bar on the side.
It depends on if she has it in like full screen or
Oh yeah. Hold
all
on.
of that.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, I was just about to take
Yeah.
a picture and send it in Facebook.
I'm gonna
Look
say.
at this. That looks fetusy.
1 second.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
sometimes they can, but
Yeah.
like fetuses are like this big when they look like a bean.
Yeah. So who
So-
died for him to see that? You know?
Yeah. This is like some cider
they-
house rule shit.
I mean, they must have been doing shit like that then. But
Like what?
like autopsies.
autopsies?
When did that become a thing?
Mm.
I have so
Uh,
many questions.
I don't know. Didn't medicine like kind of not take off because it was all like your snot is poison. Let's cut some blood out of you.
First autopsy. Yeah, I'm just very
I'm out of
confused.
mac and cheese and I'm sad about it.
Aw. We can continue. Sorry. I'm
Go to the next slide. It's
Oh,
just a map of Italy.
technically
Okay.
ancient Egyptians were doing autopsies to mummify people. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like there's and I mean he was a philosopher, so maybe in amongst the philosopher cult.
Yeah. Well, and like back then
That's not a
philosopher
cult, but
was
philosophers. Just an academic.
yeah, but also a scientist. Like it was a much more
Yeah.
all-encompassing term than we think of now.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
because now
it's not like your
philosophers are
college
just dusty
philosophy
professors
class.
who are-
It's
What? You both were
Let's all
talking
talk
at the same
time.
time.
I had nothing important to say. Goodbye.
Okay.
okay. Anyway, moving on. I don't know what slide you're on, Shannon.
I'm on a map.
Okay, cool. I don't know, somewhere on this map there's a little spot on the coast called Croton. That's where we are currently.
Okay.
Crouton. Got it.
I'm
So-
circling it with my cursor for the stream.
Yes.
Yay.
I meant to put a little circle around it, but then I forgot.
That's fine.
So to the cult of Pythagoreans, beans were a big no-go, obviously. And then at some point, Pythagoras and his followers set up shop in Croton, where Shannon was circling. Croton. I don't know how you say it. I don't know anything.
Crouton.
Yeah, that place. And they tried to force their beliefs on the local people.
That always goes
That's never
well.
cool.
Yeah, they were just trying to grow their cult. Which supposedly their little cult was actually like not so little. Like it had a fair amount of followers.
Mhm.
Can I just make a point really quick?
Yes.
We spent most of this stream talking about his golden thigh and beans,
Hi.
and we just
Yes.
totally glossed over the fact that he straight up murdered some guy.
Yeah,
in the
we
ocean.
did. We did just
We're like, yeah.
Does that
Anyway,
make
back
sense?
to
we
the
did.
beans.
Yeah. Honestly,
I
out
have
of all the
questions about the
things,
murder.
the
That's the
murder
most
is
normal part.
exactly the murder's the
For a
most
cult?
normal thing.
For a cult,
Half
like it makes sense that
predictable.
they would murder someone.
It's a lot more predictable than him saying he has golden downstairs parts versus
Thigh.
and that beans are actually humans. Like,
And beans are babies.
don't let the Republicans get a hold of that.
Oh my
We'll
god.
have some
Yeah.
problems.
All right.
But okay,
Yeah, so-
name one vegetarian Republican, I dare you.
That's actually, I don't know. Okay,
No.
so there's this whole wellness to alt-right pipeline. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh
Some
my
of
God.
the
Does it have to do with Patriot Bucket?
No, it does not have to do with Patriot Bucket. But like one of the more well-known examples is one of the January 6th insurrectionists is vegan,
Oh,
and he
right.
requested
And he
vegan
was
meals
like-
in prison.
right, that idiot
Yeah.
who dressed up
He looked like a Viking
pretend Native
almost.
American wear.
Was it Native American or Viking? I can't remember. It was some kind of a headdress.
He was pretend Native American
yeah.
is what he was, because he
Yeah.
was wearing a buffalo head on his head.
Yes, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's like a studied thing right now is the wellness industry to alt-right pipeline. It's a very real thing.
Alright.
So actually, I mean, I don't think that they would
Like, the
necessarily
wellness
identify.
Industry is very big amongst like churches and stuff in the
Yeah,
South.
it's really big on
What is?
churches, the wellness industry.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
The way down.
also
Which they
it's-
tend to be more conservative,
yeah,
right wing.
yeah. It's also just very not science based, and it kind of wants you to believe in conspiracy theories in order for you to believe that the wellness thing that's being promoted is going to work. You have
Did
to
you
suspend
know
your
that
disbelief.
fava beans are actually aborted fetuses?
Yeah, like
Alright, I'm in now. I understand now.
there's.
I'm not in. I don't agree with that.
I know
I'm
I've
just
already
saying.
yelled at you to listen
Yeah.
to Maintenance Phase, but they have a specific episode from they interview a guy who studies this, the wellness to QAnon pipeline specifically.
That's
Yeah.
very interesting. Will you text that to
It's
us and not
super
just say it to our
interesting.
faces?
Yes, I will send you a link to that episode because it's really interesting.
Thank you.
But like, I don't think necessarily those people would identify as Republicans, but they're definitely on the. I don't know how they would
Yeah,
identify,
they like
but they're
lean
on the
more
right
that way.
for sure.
Not a Republican.
Well,
I'm a Nazi.
Just because, like, if you get over to the left, leftists are very much like, I'm not a liberal, I am not a Democrat, I am a leftist. I don't know how that, I don't know how that differentiation functions on the right. Like, I don't know how that works.
Right.
But yeah.
Where on the political
Sorry.
spectrum do you fall?
I got distracted again. 1 second, I'm trying to find this episode.
While
you're
she
finding
finds that, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or do you have something, Hannah?
Here it is.
Emma just sent me a very disturbing text today about
That's
Bolsonaro supporters all giving the Nazi salute, and
Yeah.
Oh,
then
good.
Daniel said something along the lines of, "We need to replace Stalin," because basically they're saying that right now it's like having Stalin, and they're like, "We need to replace Stalin with someone better, but it shouldn't be Hitler."
Yeah.
It was just very poignant, and I'm not
Yeah.
explaining it well. But okay, anyway, bye.
Yeah.
Because the guy who just got voted in is supposed to be better, correct?
Don't know.
I
Who got elected.
thought, because Bolsonaro just got pushed out.
I can forward you this
We
video
don't need
that
to
she
have
sent
this
me.
discussion. It's fine. Let's move on.
Yeah, this is
I
for private
don't know.
times.
Well, and this is just
I,
out of our. I don't know Brazilian politics. This is out of my wheelhouse.
I keep up with as much of the foreign world as I can, but I can only keep up with so much.
Yeah. I just know that a
So.
lettuce lasted longer than Liz Truss in the prime minister
Yes.
time that she had, which is the best thing
Yes.
ever. So that's all I know right now.
The most recent thing I know about is the stampede in Korea.
Yes, that happened as well. Yeah.
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 Which shouldn't have happened, and it's the president's fault, but that's fine. Moving on. So Pythagoras and his followers set up shop in Croton and tried to force their beliefs on the local people. Specifically, they tried to ban meat and beans.
So all the protein.
Yeah. Which the local people were not pleased with.
Yeah.
Just like these strangers coming in and being like, you need to believe everything we believe and you need to eat the way we tell you to eat.
I imagine it's all just like livestock farms and bean farms, and they're like,
Right.
no.
This is
They're like,
this is really reminding me of the Rajneeshis in Oregon in the 80s. It's very
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
Just coming into other, like, to an already settled community and trying to, like, force yourself in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
Pretty much.
similar.
But yeah, so the local people didn't like it, thought all these new people were super annoying, and eventually it got to a point where the Crotons basically were like, get out or we're kicking you out. And the Pythagoreans wouldn't leave, and so things turned violent.
Great.
And the Crotons began persecuting all of the Pythagoreans, and so basically a bunch of them were killed, and then the rest were forced to flee. Survivors of the group tried to regroup, but Pythagoras died in the midst of this, which we will talk about in a second.
But couldn't he come back because of his golden member?
Well, you would think. But But yeah, so survivors tried to regroup, but the cult was never quite the same,
Well,
and
yeah.
it never reached prominence the way it had previously. And Pythagoras, contrary to belief, was not divine and was not reborn. And so they didn't have a leader, and so it just like slowly died out.
See, and that reminds me of the FLDS guy who they were all like, well, he can't die, and if he does, he'll come back as like a 20-year-old, even though he's like 1,000 right now. And then it just didn't
Right.
happen, and they were like, what?
And then he died, and they were like, "Oh,
Oh,
well,
shit.
maybe we had the wrong guy.
Yeah, oh no! And now they have
He
Warren
must
Jeffs.
not have been." Yeah. So,
Great. Great for them.
right. Next slide.
Okay.
And this is a picture of crotchety old Pythagoras.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how crotchety and old he actually was when he died.
What were the
Crotchety.
years?
I don't remember. I didn't do
Okay.
the
The
math.
BC years confused me because you have
570
do
to
backwards math.
495.
70.
So that's
Hey, he was old.
35. He was 35.
Oh wait, no, backwards math.
No.
Yeah, you
No,
went the wrong
oh
way.
God.
You went the wrong way.
So 75. He was
There we
75.
go.
I can do math.
Yeah.
I was right.
Their numbers are good. I like went one way on one of the
Yeah.
numbers and the other way on the other, and yeah.
Yeah.
So he was 75.
Yes. 75.
So
But-
anyway,
So he was crotchety and old.
For then, yeah.
Yeah. Although, also, what calendar were they using back then?
Oh God! We're just
It
gonna
doesn't
say
matter.
75. We're gonna
We-
move on. We're not getting into the
let me bring
calendars.
that up.
Anyway, so there are differing stories
little
as to how Pythagoras died, though it is known that he died during the scuffle in Croton.
Scuffle.
Yes, I almost put
Kerfuffle.
kerfuffle. But yeah, so in one story, it's said that Pythagoras fled for his life while being pursued by an angry mob, and his flight led him straight into a field of beans. And because beans are humans, he claimed that he would rather die than ever step on a single bean, and so the mob caught up to him, and so they did indeed kill him by
I
slitting
want
his
that
throat.
so badly to be true. Like I want
know.
that to be the truth. It's
He
so
died
ridiculous.
because he wouldn't run into a field of beans.
Oh my God! I want that to be true so
And then
badly.
another story claims that the Crotons attacked a house where he and his followers were holding a meeting, and they set the building on fire. So Pythagoras and a handful of the followers escaped and took shelter in a nearby temple, where they were eventually captured and taken hostage. And the only food that was provided to them was beans,
So they're both
and they
bean
refused
related.
to eat it, and therefore they starved themselves to death.
I love bean-related tragedy.
Are, they,
It's my new
are those the
favorite.
only two theories about how he died, and they're both bean
Mhm.
related? Oh my
Yep.
God, that's amazing.
Beans out, weeds out.
Beans out, weeds out.
It's so applicable to this topic.
But it's like beans out as in beans out, get out of here, beans, and then weeds out as in look at my golden penis.
But maybe also my thigh? We don't know.
Yes.
No,
Oh
we're
my-
saying weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking to weed.
But
Again,
either way, he
that's the
died
one that
because
makes
of
the most
beans.
sense. That is
So-
fucking hysterical. Oh my God. Why did we learn about
again-
the guy who got like a rock dropped on his head and not this guy?
Right? Yeah.
Or no, he
So-
got a...
It was an apple.
It was an apple. No, it was...
I don't know who you're talking about then.
I don't
you-
remember the name, but it
Oh.
was somebody who like had something dropped on his head because a bird thought that his bald head was a rock and they wanted to crack it open. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh.
about? That one?
Yeah.
Was it a turtle? I don't
I
remember.
think so.
But why did we learn
Um,
about that guy, not this guy? Is what I'm saying.
That one guy put his foot in a bathtub and was like, "Oh my God, Eureka!"
Yep.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Yeah, they about the dumbest historical figures. Like, I want to know about the founding father who killed himself with a whalebone.
Yeah.
And I want to know... I don't
He was
need to
doing
know about his
something
mathematical
right.
theorems. I want to know about his bean phobia.
Yeah. That's much more
Like-
interesting than the math. To be fair, I
I
think
will
most
use this
things are more
information
interesting
in my
than
daily
math.
life.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so either story could be true, both could not be true. No one really knows, for sure. But I like to believe that he died because of beans, and as it would turn out, he
I
is not
mean,
divine
those
and
are the
cannot
only
return from the
two.
dead.
The only two options that
So
have been presented to us are that he did die because of beans in some fashion.
yeah, like
So,
I said, zero fact checking. Did not
yeah,
care because it was better this way.
yeah.
So if you are a scholar on Pythagoras and know his entire life story and I am wrong, feel free to correct me, but also know that this is fiction in my mind.
Yeah, this is not being presented as fact. We are not spreading misinformation. We think this is
Nope,
all fake. Like,
I cannot claim that I got this from a reputable
Done.
website. There were a lot of ads
no.
on it and it kind of crashed my phone when I was on it. So,
So totally
Great.
then, right?
Yeah,
so
great.
it's fine. It had history in the title, so I was like, sure.
That works. Why not?
But history was spelled with a couple too many eyes.
Right? It's fine.
Oh my god,
Um,
this is hysterical.
but yeah, that's all I got for you.
Well, that was
Wonderful.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was
In
so
typical
funny.
Shelby fashion.
Yes.
Chaotic.
You found the
and
weirdest thing you possibly could, and it was great.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, yeah,
Well, I'm
because my
gonna go
original
back.
topic was like a cool historical figure that like I think people should know about, and then I was like, no, I'm not in the mood for like facts and
What a bean cult.
yes, the bean
According
cult.
to Wikipedia,
Yes,
the fire theory is more valid,
yeah,
but neither of the explanations on Wikipedia include the bean phobia. So I feel like this Wikipedia page might be lacking some necessary information.
couldn't tell you.
Oh no, wait, I was wrong. He came to a fava bean field and refused to run through it since doing so would violate his teaching. So that one says it. The other one is just that they died
I
of
mean, maybe it's
starvation
a
without food.
combination of the two where they like set the building on fire, he ran away, came upon a bean field, then they captured him and offered him beans to eat, and then he starved. And then it's
Maybe.
just all the things.
Yeah. Double bean problem there.
Yep. It just
Oh my god, this is amazing.
can't died because of beans.
This is just amazing. I love it so much. I did not think we were going to be talking about beans this much.
Beans out, weeds out.
To be fair, my normal expectation of bean talk is 0.
Yeah.
So.
If I move it like this, maybe you can see it. Beans out, beans out.
Yep.
Oh man. I mean, we can kind of see it, but our little chat windows are very small comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I just like that beans out is in ketchup.
Yes.
Yeah. I do like it. I
Oh,
saw
I
it
need
in the
dinner.
chat.
What do I want for dinner? I don't know what I want for dinner.
I'm done, so we
Okay.
can be done.
Yeah, we can end. Okay. Do you want to do the
So
ending?
our ending is that we have no ending. Long live Emperor Norton.
Yes. Okay.
Lava.
Emperor, yes.
Yes.
Go eat some beans.
Or don't.
Or don't, because apparently it's the same as
It might be
eating a human.
cannibalism.
Maybe.
knows?
There's
and
no way
I
to know.
don't condone that, but you know, here we go.
Let's consult the Sacred Oracle, the Cracker Barrel Triangle game.
Yes. Okay, bye.
Okay, goodbye.